Fiddle again, and hello, it's Fo. Welcome back to Turbine City. Last time we got up to the 328,000, but our population was sort of plateauing around there. Got an ever-increasing problem with deathcare. We always seem to be topping up with extra graveyards and crematoriums. Yet the bodies keep piling up. So I'll add a few more in where I can. That's about all I can do. Yeah, seems like more than a death wave. It's a huge amount of bodies piling up. The cemeteries do have icons on them, so I presume they're all emptying. It's fishy they're all emptying at the same time. Could be that they're all trying to empty into each other. They've got nowhere to put the bodies. So I'll try and slot in an extra few crematoriums. Make sure they've got somewhere close to go when they're ready to empty out. Maybe fit an extra one in here. They're pretty small, so should be able to tuck a few extra ones in without destroying anything. Don't want to make people unhappier than they already are. I want to get the population going back up again in the right direction. I think if we could get this deathcare issue sorted out, would probably help get us going in the right direction again. Last episode I wanted to get up to the 350,000, but we were stumped here. We'll see if we can make it. We're about the same distance away. I'm thinking about it in terms of 25,000. So hopefully by the end of the episode we can get there. If, as I say, we can fix this problem. This really doesn't want to go here, but we'll get it going. After letting it run for a bit, it's dawned on me what the problem is. After our wrecking of the city to unlock the Grand Central Terminal, we never turned back on the mod that automatically empties the cemeteries and the landfills. We turned back on the automatic bulldoze to get rid of the abandoned buildings, but we never turned back on the automatic empty. And it's been so many years that I've been playing with automatic empty all the time that I just didn't recognise this icon that's popping up in the cemeteries. I've seen it a bunch, this red and green icon that's trying to tell me, hey, this is full, you need to do something about it. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's going to take care of itself. Really, we didn't need to go into a side game. All we needed to do was turn the mod off, and we could have filled up all the cemeteries we wanted to. We basically punished the city all over again for no reason. Probably get my genocide rank up accidentally. It's not something I want to get better in, but hey, a win's a win, I suppose. So I'll go around and try and find all these cemeteries that need emptying. Get on it. I suppose I could have just turned on the automatic emptying mod again. But I'm so concerned and so behind that I should have done this. I'm halfway through now, so try and get all these turned off. Well, not turned off, emptied. They're as good as turned off. There's no hearses in use for any of them. It's not like the extra hearses are working for other cemeteries and still collecting bodies. That's why we've ended up with these icons everywhere. Got an extra one hiding here behind the eye monster. I'll try and move that one. This doesn't let me move it because it's full. What does this icon do? Reset. Ah, so if I reset the cemeteries, then it automatically gets rid of all the bodies all in one go. Oh, it feels a bit cheaty, but it's not the city's fault that they're in such a predicament. It's mine for being a doofus, for not recognising the icon. I guess if we do it with all of them though, then if they all empty at the same time, they'll all fill back up at the same time, so we'll be back in a situation where they're all trying to empty all at the same time. And there'll be no hearses in use to go and pick up the bodies, so what I'll do is I'll reset half of them or 3/4 of them, and let the other ones sort of naturally empty. Let it run for a bit, and where we've still got hotspots of dead bodies awaiting transport, I'll reset ones close by it there. Try and get all those icons gone. That's just going to turn a corner now, I'm sure. Once we get that problem sorted, and get all the graveyards working properly again. We'll have no negative icons. Yeah, people are flooding back in by the hundreds. Yeah, that was the major block. So if we can identify the major problem that's stopping us when we get to certain plateaus and get it resolved, and get back on our way to the 500,000. Well, we've lost a few people in the Academy of Arts, but I'm sure it'll go up and down. I'm sure next year will be a boom, because we'll get more people in than we did over the course of this year. I'm sure a number will go back up. I'm sure we'll get to plus 600 again. Still got a few icons where our specialist commercial doesn't have enough customers, tourists and stuff coming to visit. A few patches of industrial have got this red icon on them. Pretty sure that means that they don't have enough customers, but pretty close to the highway for access. Maybe give them direct access to the highway. But check what this icon means, make sure. Yeah, not enough buyers for products. And they're pretty close to the cargo station, and they're pretty close to the cargo airport. We'll see once we build in more commercial, once we get the need back up. I think once we have built in a bunch more commercial, it will be just the right amount of industrial to feed it constantly with goods. Get a tiny bit of need up again for commercials, so we'll get some more zoned in. Glad we made these areas small for the tourism and entertainment stuff. That seems to be the complaint from those areas, that they don't have enough visitors. We can always download a bunch of extra unique buildings and things from the workshop. Try and give them more attractions. Maybe replace some of the buildings there. That'll be less buildings to complain that they don't have customers, and more attractions, which should draw in more customers, I think. I'm pretty sure these are all medium roads. In some ways it is easier to work in the dark when it comes to the road building. So it's easier to see the difference between a large road and a medium road. We'll soon see. It's getting late in the day for them. Here we go. Yeah, they're all medium roads, so we're alright. Don't want to be connecting small roads up to large ones. I'll get this filled out. Again, we're in the city centre, so in an interesting fashion. Try and keep our blocks kind of unique. Up here we're getting closer to matching up with the rest of the city, so maybe try and keep it kind of square up here. This is the best fit, I think. Leave a little space. And down towards the centre here we can leave bigger gaps. And have the roads going off instead of connecting up. Fully crisscrossed. Have them sort of going off in a crazy random direction. Don't think I need to delete that. The tail sorted itself out. Yeah, we'll give ourselves this extra room. Can either be for more residential, sort of expanding the residential from there, or more commercial. Depends who complains more. If the commercial complains more about not having enough workers, or the industry complains about not having enough shops to sell to. Either way, we'll get it prepared, ready to be zoned. Maybe enough. We're certainly getting there in terms of filling out these tiles. We've got back nearly 400 of them. Not quite the 600 I wanted, but it's definitely going back up in the right direction. We'll get back on the sponsorship deals. We've already made it to the prestigious levels, so we can go ahead and paint out a new campus area. And this can be for our university. I'm going to utilise this space next to the river for the varsity sports buildings. It looks like enough space, but that's what I felt last time. I'll try to fit them all down one road. We'll see how we get on. We can fit a few things on both sides of this road to start off with. Get the area extended a little bit. We get a dorm over here. One on the other side to get matched up. As always, we've just got the small buildings to start off with. That's fine. We'll work our way over to this crossroads. That's where we can have our varsity sports buildings. Alright, let's go into the varsity sports. See if we can fit these buildings up this road. I want to check on our zoning first, because we don't want people too close, because they are pretty noisy. So we'll get rid of these houses here. Bring that back. Put in commercial there instead. So you're not going to be bothered by the noise. this little gap before we get the commercial in. Utilize this backspace a little bit. Take it up to here. You can probably fit a couple more dorms along that back little path. Extend the area out a little bit. Get that covered. See if we can fit a couple more small things on our path. That uses up the space a little bit better. Having the extra dorms gives us that extra capacity. Not that we need capacity looking at the guide up at the top. Yeah, I suppose people go to the closest place to get their higher education. So make sure capacity is good everywhere. Right, now we can have a look at the varsity sports buildings. School of Law, how big's that? Get that in here. It's going to take up some of our space for our varsity sports buildings, but we'll see how we get on. Concerned about the noise, so we'll take this back a little bit further. Change it out for shops. Looks like we messed up that. Oh, messed it up again. We're doing really well. There we go. Yeah, we should be fine. In terms of the noise pollution generated. There's quite a large red ring around these buildings. Yeah, maybe if we hadn't fit the School of Law in, I think we would have maybe still been pressed for space. It's about the same size. Yeah, we'll have to get it tucked in here somewhere. Try it along here. Yeah, it fits nicely in here, so it's a done deal. We never placed our museum in the Academy of Arts, so we can fit it down here. Nope. I don't think we've got much space over here. Try and fit another building in. Could fit it in amongst this one. It's not far for the people to go and see their work displayed, I suppose. And it's another tourist draw. We'll pop in one of these faculties. I don't know if it has any effect. It's a modder pack thing rather than being part of the campus DLC, so pop it in anyway. Can't hurt. We've already got schools nearby. Maybe try and get in another library that's close, so it's within the radius. Get those two schools covered. That's what we didn't do last time. This area seems to be unhappy. Got a slight need for commercials, so try and get some more zoning in. If we can get more commercial in, hopefully the industry will stop complaining. And if we get enough housing in, hopefully when the commercial comes in, they won't complain they don't have enough workers. I think the campus stuff is kind of working against us, in that our population on the whole is kind of over-educated. They don't really want to do the more menial jobs in the shops. It's all the same complaint from the commercial. They don't have enough poorly educated people, basically. Don't know why they'd want poorly educated workers. Probably so they can pay them less and get away with it. Those meanies. Get some more small roads in here. Get this area ready for zoning. Seems like we'll need to put in more commercial rather than housing. Still have a mix of both, but by the way the simulation is running, looks like this these industry guys really want more businesses to sell to. The demand, when it is appearing, seems to be appearing for commercial more than anything, so get them some in now. Let it ride for a bit. See how they get on. See if we can get closer to this 350,000. Our academic year reports through. We've got 371 people into our university. It's trying to trick us by showing us that we've unlocked things, but yeah, we've already placed them all. We've already got one trophy won. It's a good start. I'd like to get them all up to prestigious all at the same time before the end of the playthrough. It's a sort of side mission on top of everything else. Get everything else placed. All the assets that are available to us. The commercial's sort of filling in. Getting a little bit of desire for housing again, so get people coming in as well. Say we want to kind of maximize the commercial here, so we've got a big clump of industrial, then a big clump of commercial, then a big clump of housing. Hopefully they won't complain too much. Should be fine enough distance for everyone. Don't think the range of supplying businesses should be so far. Guys across the highway will complain and they can't deliver goods over here. It's easy enough to get on the bridge over the highway and get over here. At some point, if they're still complaining, further down the line we can maybe put them in a couple of feeder lanes onto the highway from our roundabouts or our main roads next to the highway. Giving them slightly better connections, so help the supply chain a little bit. I think for now we'll just zone in a bunch of commercial, see if that gives them customers, basically. See if it resolves the issue. Again, we're running out of time for the day, so we'll get a bunch zoned in and we'll call it a day. Enough for them to go on with. Got past the 350,000, so now we're looking at 375 is the next thing to aim for. Can probably do it in all this zoning that we're putting in before we get across the river. And the first tile across the river will be looking for the 400,000. We're getting there. Now that we've actually got a functioning deathcare service, hopefully our numbers will keep going up. So we'll come back next time and carry on where we left off. Until then, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.